Yesterday, I think yesterday, in fact today morning at 2 o'clock, I was looking at all the sponsors. Then I went to the News India website and tried to download your logo. The problem is that your logo goes from News India Times to Desi Talk and other ones. It doesn't get downloaded. So I could not download it. So it's my apology. That we will see whether if we can get a logo by tomorrow, we'll do it again tomorrow evening. Banquet, we'll have it if we can back it up. So I apologize. But it's so wonderful that all of you are here. We were supposed to do this international convention on October 15 in Canada, but unfortunately that we felt that we could not do an international convention at that time. And Joe Banerjee and Molly Banerjee, where are they? Yeah, they are here. So they did a wonderful national convention, very successful. But in September we told that we had to have the international convention here. And in such a short time, remember, look at our capability. In 2 months we did it. I mean, thanks to Piyush Agarwal, the General Chairman, Arvind Sood, Rajiv Mehta, Mahendra Pratap, and Naveen Raj. In such a short time. You know why it didn't happen?
Correction. It was not September, it was October.
Oh, I think the October first week, I think.
Right.
But you remember how much capability we have. You know why it is? Because we have thought much ahead of all this globalization. 89, when before even the German, that wall broke up or the Soviet Union disintegrated, we thought much ahead of it. We put the first global convention in 1989, and I'm going to take you through this 22 years of our starting the convention, starting the global movement, much ahead of it. That's why, because it's a new world. We are networked all over the world. In 5 minutes, GOPIO can reach 60,000 people with direct mail and email. I mean, many of you receive GOPIO news, right?
Not in 5 minutes. In just 1 click.
1 click. So remember, the powerful, because the whole world is changing. As our councillor Ramgulam said, that it's a new world of identity. Identity is becoming very important because the whole world has changed. And when you talk about 25 to 28 million people, our buying power or economic output, we are talking about 1/3 or 1/4 of the total GDP of India. That's what we are. And we are a nation. Except that, we are all connected. We are not in one place, one physically, but we are all connected. And that is what is going to be, because we have to think ahead. And that is what we are doing in terms of our issues. And even contribution is not like, we have to get ourselves rich. No. We want to develop, strategize ourselves and see what we can do for global peace. When a disaster occurs, we come forward. Whatever will be the parts of the world, we come forward. That's why when GOPIO Foundation is coming, our interest is global interest. I mean, our name is Global Organization of People of Indian Origin. Whether it is Japanese disaster which happened, whether it is Katrina, in fact, we will be involved in anything and everything which is of interest, a global interest. So that is what is coming, and I'm going to take you to the 22 years of what happened, why we started, and some of you are new. Many of you have known about, and you will see them in this PowerPoint presentation. So let's start with, I'm glad that even in the matter of 6 weeks, we put together a fantastic show. I mean, I think we have to bring more chairs to seat more people. And tomorrow it's going to be a big event because this is just a beginning of people coming together, meeting, in a reception, networking. But tomorrow would be the big event. So let's start with 22 years. What happened? It's a global organization of people of Indian origin. It's a vision, a movement, a bond of Indian diaspora. Go to the next one. So we started at the Sheraton Center in New York City. I mean, many of you were there. My co-chairman Jagat Motwani, he was with me, and several others. Radhakrishnan, Inder Singh, of course, was the president of the National Federation of Indian American Association. Our from Guyana, Veshu Prasad, several others. who were come to the convention. In fact, it was for how many days? 7 days. It's crazy. Thinking about it, can you do a convention in Midtown Manhattan for 7 days, starting on a Sunday and finishing with a sort of a from the United Nations to the Gandhi statue at Union Square. We had a walkathon to that place and had a public program to finish off the convention. We did that. 3,000 people from 26 countries. We first time did the several resolutions on PIO card, dual nationality. PIO card means permanent resident card, like our green card. So we thought that is the tone we put. And then several other things. I mean, we had human rights violation in Trinidad, Guyana, in South Africa there was apartheid, in Fiji there was elected government was thrown out, and even in USA what happened was that there was this dot buster in New Jersey, somebody was killed. So we thought we bring in people, and there was no internet, no telephone calls were very expensive, but we sent people, teams of people around the world. They all came, and in this photo shows we have Sudhacharya, one of the co-convener, Vasdev Pandey, then our Dr. Chadi Jagan, Dheeraj Solanki. That was a great convention. We had it for 1 week. We had discussion, 5 days of discussion, every day, Indian American night, Indo-Canadian night, Caribbean night, Kathakali, and also Kathak, in the town center, in the 44th Street, the town hall. It was an excellent program. So Government of India, of course, came with big support. Government of India also thought, that it would be good to have an NGO also speaking for the benefit of the NRI communities. Rajiv Gandhi was then the Prime Minister of India. He said, okay, I'll be your honorary patron. So we did an excellent job, and that was the beginning. Let's go to the next one. Dr. Jagan speaking at the convention, and go to the next one. After the convention, we finished it on a Saturday. On Sunday morning, we went to the United Nations. We had several resolutions, including human rights violation in Guyana, in Trinidad, in Fiji, and 23 resolutions, including some of the things I mentioned about voting rights, the dual nationality, PAO card. Everything was put into the table, and then those resolutions which were pertaining to the United Nations, we presented to the Deputy Secretary of United Nations. And this is where we are standing in the lawn of United Nations. From there, we had a journey to the Gandhi statue at Union Square at 40th Street. Go to the next one. This is 2 years later, since Rajiv Gandhi was our honorary patron. I had a chance to go and sit down with him and talk to him some of the details of our issues. Go to the next one. This is the second global convention in New Delhi by the time Dr. Jagan became the president. And I want to tell you, when we started in 1989, many of our people were outside the political mainstream. In Guyana, in Trinidad, in Fiji, and he became the prime minister by the time, the president of Guyana. So he specially made a state visit to India, and he inaugurated the convention. Go to the next one. This is our own Yeshu Prasad, sitting with the next president we had in 1999, our convention in New York at the LaGuardia Crown Plaza with President Bharat Jagdev. Next one. Then what happened? In 2001, we were going to have a big global entrepreneurs conference, which was started with our own initiative. When you talk about the global movement, we have made substantial contributions. When we talk that India is great, we are doing excellent, we made behind the scene a great deal of work starting in '86. The first diaspora conference happened by the Singapore government, by the Singapore India Chamber of Commerce in 1996. Then the FICCI, Federation of India Chamber of Commerce, in 1998 did it in New Delhi. Then things were not moving further. Then we said, okay, we will take up the issue. So 2001, September 20th, we were to do the convention for the third Global Entrepreneurs Conference. But unfortunately, what happened? 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened means 10 days before our conference, the whole New York was closed. Then instead we cancelled the conference and we did a ceremony in terms of supporting USA. So this was the time when Sunil Dutt and some congressmen, others were present there. We could say Sudhir Parikh also there. Several others from the community came, and we had a ceremony to support the cause of USA, and we raised the money for Red Cross on that day, 2001. For the next one. So we continue to grow, and this is a conference which we had it in Netherlands, in Leiden, not too far from Amsterdam, European conference. Go to the next one. This is 2002. Then we came back on 2002. That is time to do the Global Entrepreneurs Conference. 2002, we did it in New York City. And I just wanted to tell Council General Ram Gulam that we have potential to do one in Caribbean country, maybe in Trinidad or Guyana. So if you extend an invitation, we will come forward. I know we had a conference early this year with the initiative from Ashok Ramsaran. But think of that, there is a huge resources, especially people in Guyana, Trinidad. What we are looking for, people in the hospitality industry. You know who control the hospitality industry in USA? It is India. So we have a hotelier sitting right here. So we can motivate them to go. And so that is the next thing we could do, the 4th or 5th Global Entrepreneurs Conference. Go to the next one. So that photo was with the president of Mauritius, who inaugurated the convention. This is former president of India, who was our host. We officially opened the first chapter because we were also not sure how to organize. Inder Singh or Piyush Agarwal mentioned about that we went to the UN model of one vote, one country. But whether it is a 100 people country or a 2 million people country, it's the same one vote, and that doesn't work. So we said, okay, we have to do the first chapter. So we went to the model of Alliance International or Rotary International. The first chapter was opened. Mr. Lal Mopani, our Council General Rep, standing next to that. That's in 2004. Go to the next one. Dr. Karan Singh inaugurating. Whenever we have a convention in PBD, we do a GOPIO meeting because people come from all over the world. So Dr. Karan Singh, and at the FICI auditorium we had the inauguration. Go to the next one. This is a photo where with Mahendra Chaudhary and Base Pandey, Ashok Ramsaran organized this human rights conference, I think 2004. March at St. John's University, but this was an inauguration done in New York City. And if you look at this photo, this is a very historic photo. You will never find this photo. How many heads of states are here? We have the former Base Pandey, Mahendra Chaudhary, from Sani Belu, who is the leader of the Malaysian Indian Congress in Malaysian Indian Congress. He is the head of that. Then we have Dr. L.M. Singhvi, then the Vice President of Suriname. So everybody was there, and also some of the people whom we honored at that time. This is a group photo. It's a very historic photo from GOPIO. This was a convention done in 2005 in Bombay. The next one. Okay, now then we started, our Indian community has been very dynamic in USA. In fact, the whole GOPIO started because we were dynamic. Our National Federation of Indian Americans